guys, it's Bella. How are you? So in today's video, I'm going to give my review of the Chase Sapphire Preferred from JPMorgan Chase. Now, in my opinion, this card is great for someone who travels domestically or internationally at least once a year, doesn't mind paying a nominal annual fee to get elevated perks and benefits, and is not loyal to any one particular hotel chain or airline carrier. So first, I'm going to talk about the highlights of this credit card. So first, let's start with the sign-on bonus. The current bonus offer is 60,000 ultimate rewards if you spend $4,000 on this card in the first 3 months of the account being approved. Now, I always make sure to emphasize that part in my videos because that 3-month countdown does not start when you get the card in the mail. It starts when the card is actually approved. So make sure you make a mental note, put it in your phone, write it down, just so you know when that 3-month cutoff ends. I would hate to see you miss out on a bonus offer because you missed the cutoff by a couple of days. Now let's talk about the earning rate of this credit card. Now with this card, you will get 2 points for every dollar spent on travel and dining and 1 point on all other purchases. Now once you earn these points, there are a few options you have to redeem them. So the first option is you can actually redeem these points for cash. Now in my opinion, I have no idea why anyone would actually redeem these points for cash. Why not just get a cashback credit card? Redeeming ultimate reward points for cash gives you the lowest redemption value possible, and I would highly recommend you not doing that. Now the other option is you can actually take these points and redeem them on the Chase travel portal. Now when you do this, you actually get a 25% boost in your buying power when it is time for you to book your trip on the portal. Now according to Chase, 60,000 ultimate reward points is actually worth approximately $750. So you definitely get a better value doing this than actually redeeming them for cash. Now the other option you have is you can actually transfer these points to one of Chase's many travel partners, such as JetBlue, Southwest, Marriott Bonvoy, or World of Hyatt. Now for a full list of their travel partners, I'll put that in the description box below. So now that I've gone over the highlights of this card, let's jump right into the perks and benefits. So this card does offer a handful of amazing travel benefits, so let's go over those one by one. So the first benefit that this card gives you is trip cancellation insurance. So if you have a trip that is canceled or cut short due to things like severe weather or illness, Chase will actually reimburse you for any prepaid travel that you're going to lose out on, such as hotels, airfares, and prepaid tours and attractions. Now the limit on the reimbursement is $10,000 per person, up to $20,000 per trip. Now the next benefit that this card gives you is trip delay reimbursement. So if your trip is delayed by 12 hours or more or requires an overnight stay, Chase will reimburse you for any out-of-pocket expenses such as lodging, transportation, or meals, but the maximum benefit coverage is $500 per person. So this card also offers baggage delay insurance. So if your carrier delays getting your luggage to you by 6 hours or more, Chase will reimburse you for certain out-of-pocket expenses, such as clothing or toiletries. Now the maximum coverage is $100 a day per person, up to 5 days. Now this card also offers primary auto rental collision insurance. Now in order to qualify for this benefit, you would 1, have to decline the insurance provided by the rental car agency, and 2, pay for the entire car rental on the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Now once you meet these 2 requirements, Chase will actually provide the insurance coverage for the vehicle against theft or damage. Now that I've gone over the travel benefits, I'll go over 2 additional benefits that this card offers. Now this card also offers purchase protection and extended warranty, and I'll go over those one by one. So with purchase protection, this will cover any new purchases made on this credit card for the first 120 days against theft or damage. Now the maximum coverage limit on this is $500 per claim. So if you are someone that tends to make larger dollar purchases, I would highly recommend looking at other cards that have a higher coverage threshold. Now the second benefit that's really great on this card is the extended warranty. Now this benefit actually extends the original US manufacturer warranty by 1 year, as long as that original warranty is 3 years or less. Okay, so now we've gone over the highlights of this credit card and the actual benefits. So as with all of my reviews, I like to give the pros and the cons of this credit card. So let's go over the pros. So this card is definitely a great credit card. It has a lot of great benefits for a very low annual fee. The other great thing about this card is by earning Chase Ultimate Rewards, you're not stuck with any one hotel chain or airline carrier. So it gives you more flexibility when it's time for you to book your travel. Now let's jump right into the cons or downsides of this credit card. So the first thing that jumps out at me is the really high spend requirement to get this sign-on bonus. To spend $4,000 in 3 months is a lot of money. So as I mentioned earlier, if you can't realistically and responsibly meet the spend requirement, just abort the mission. Do not pass go, do not collect $200, just go for something else. Find a card that has a much lower spend requirement. You may even have to try a cashback credit card to start out. And the next downside to this credit card is this card is subject to the 524 rule. Now, if you're not familiar with what this is, the 524 rule is one of the metrics that Chase looks at when they're looking at your credit card application. So if you've been approved for 5 or more credit cards in the last 24 months, your current credit card application with Chase will most likely be denied. Now, if you want to learn more about this rule, I'll put a link to that video above and in the description box below. So the next downside to this card is the rule that Chase has related to their Sapphire products. So Chase has a new rule that basically states you can only have one Sapphire product at a time. So for example, if you do decide to apply for the Sapphire Preferred and you are approved, and let's say later on down the road, you actually want to get the Sapphire Reserve as well, you would not be able to qualify for the Sapphire Reserve because you currently have the Sapphire Preferred. Now you do have a few options to actually work around this rule. You could technically upgrade your Preferred to the Reserve, but you would miss out on the sign-on bonus for the Reserve. And the other option would be, which I wouldn't do or recommend, but I'll say it anyway, you could technically cancel your Sapphire Preferred. You would then have to wait 48 months from when you got your sign-on bonus, and then you can actually apply for the Reserve. Do I recommend that? No. So don't really worry about that one, but if you decide to do it, that's on you. Now the last way you could actually get the Reserve is if you have a spouse that doesn't have a Sapphire product, you could actually have them apply for the Reserve and add you as an authorized user. So definitely something to think about before you apply for this credit card. So when it comes to applying for any credit cards with Chase, there are so many rules you should know before applying. So what I've done is create an ultimate guide to the Chase credit card application process. Now you can actually download a free copy of this guide in the link in the description box below. Alright guys, so that is my review of the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Now if you did like this video, make sure to hit that like button. Feel free to share this video with one friend and don't forget to subscribe. Alright guys, I'll talk to you soon. Bye!